Okay, real quick, I'm gonna show you how I set my settings up in my account to so that you have to have a password when when someone signs into your Zoom account. Right now, they've Zoom added a new setting so that not just anybody could go into your Zoom account. The way it's set up, if they have the link y'all send parents, if the parents click on the link, then they'll go straight to your Zoom meeting. But if someone tries to search for a meeting or types in the code that's associated with it, they'll have to have a password. So this should cut down on anybody that shouldn't be in your meeting coming in. So I'm going to click on my account, and right here I'm going to click on settings. And I don't know what the settings look like at the beginning, so I'm just going to show you all what mine are now. Now I've got my video turned off, so that's why that's off. You'll probably have your video on, obviously. Participants video, y'all will want the video on because you want to be able to see the students, obviously. I didn't mess with any of this. And then when you get to right here is when things start changing. Um, Only authenticated users can join meetings from web client. I have that turned on. These are the new settings they have. They're made to where you cannot turn them on and off. They've got them locked, so that helps out. And then right here where it says embedded password and meeting link for one-click join, that has to be on. If it is turned off, then they will not have to have a password. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going through mine and let you kind of see what I've got turned on and off. And I've checked this with some stuff. You can turn chat off if you want to. Just going to keep going till I see something else. Screen share. I've got this fixed to where only me, the host, can share my screen. I don't want the students to be able to share what their computer shows. That'll just take off one more thing. So I have that clicked on host only. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. A lot of this stuff was set this way. I didn't change anything. Okay, well, now we're getting down to the waiting room in just a second. Okay, I've got waiting room turned on, and what this does is when you set a meeting up, if a student joins the meeting, it's going to ask you to approve of it. And it'll either tell their name or their email address, and you can approve them in the meeting or you can kick them out of the meeting. So that'll help out with unwanted people being in the meetings. Okay. When attendees join before the host, you'll get an email notification, but that's probably not going to happen. All right. So I think that's all of my settings. The only thing I want to show you is if you schedule a meeting, when you rename you can go and rename the meeting. Scroll down, require password. There's that password that they'll have to type in if they type in this ID right here, or if they type in like a phrase and it comes up. The only way they're not going to have to type this password in is if they click that direct link that you're going to send them. And then down here, the only other thing I would change, you would keep enable waiting room and add mute participants upon entry, because this way you're not going to have everybody trying to talk at once right when it starts. And I'm going to show you real quick. This is a paper I'm sending out to y'all. And down here, it goes over some things that hopefully is going to make the Zoom meeting easier for you. If y'all want to just select from here all this stuff and copy it and paste it onto Seesaw or something, this just explains right here to the parents that we're trying to make it safer and easier. And here are the things that I've added in here. Only use the link that is sent for the Zoom meeting. Only one account per child should use this link. In other words, you don't want like a mom on the link at one house and a dad, because you're wanting to talk to the students at this point, not the parents. This isn't schoolwork. You're just checking in with them. The child must be visible in the video screen to participate. We had an instance where someone joined the meeting and we couldn't really tell who the person was, so they had to just be kicked out of the meeting. If the child is, and it says right here, this is to ensure that only our students are in the meeting. If a child is not visible, that account will be removed from the meeting. We're not going to let anybody in there that's not got the child present. I also put for the parents to send you email addresses associated with the Zoom account. This will help with those when you're putting students into the approving them from the waiting room. Most of the time it'll say their name, but there are times where it'll just give you their email address or their phone address. And this will allow you to know, it'll make it easier so you'll know if you should approve them or not. And then at the bottom, I talk about how the students are going to be muted at the beginning of the meeting. If you're not going to do this, just go, don't copy this number 4. But if you do, I explain on here how students are going to be allowed to talk, but we're going to try to do it one at a time. And I explained that if you're using a laptop, Chromebook, or computer, then the student can just hold down that space bar while they're talking, and they're going to be able, it'll unmute them. And then when they let go, it'll mute them back. And then it also explains if you're on the phone, just click on the microphone when you talk and mute it again when finished. I'm hoping this will help with y'all Zoom meetings and make them easier. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Thanks.